Yeah, so people from all over the country come to Bangalore for either for studying or for doing a job or getting a job, right? Or you may say for other purposes like getting checked by a doctor or just a trip. But the main sole purpose is to either to study or to work. Just two other things. I came for work. So I started my career in 2018 from Bangalore, and since then I have been in the city for almost like around 9 years right now. Yeah, this June it will be 9 years, I guess. June or July, yeah. So I like the city, I like the people and everything. But I always wanted to stay in the center or in the crowded place of the city where I like to get a lot of people to meet around. Since I am good at socializing with people, being an extroverted, and also to make new community groups which I want to host. So all the things, right? And so today I'm going to tell you what actually happens behind. So I have been staying in this PG or paying guest for a year now. It's in Koramangala. And since I know Koramangala is a central hub of the city, like it's a very happening place, it's a very cool thing with all the most of them is a young crowd is there because all college students of Christ and JN universities and all other universities are there. So it has a very good crowd, cheerful crowd, which I like as a person. So I thought of staying there for a while, and then I see where my future takes and where should I shift in. I stayed, honestly the experience, backstory in 2023 also I came here to stay, but my office was in Whitefield, it started to calling after like post COVID, it started to calling the employees back to office, so I had to again shift back to Whitefield. But then when I always wanted to come to Koramangala or Indiranagar, this or MG Road, this areas. So when I got a chance, I did really came back to Koramangala. This time the experience wasn't very pleasant like the last time. Last time I only stayed for a month, so I didn't actually realize the whole thing. So problem is not with Koramangala or the people over here. Problem is with the people who are being the owner or the relationship manager, they say, in this paying guests, right? So since I was working, and there are some people who are working and most of them are students. So the students don't have choice but to listen to the warden or the relationship manager, whatever they say. Now, I have been staying in this paying guest for a year. After a few months, I got to know that building is getting closed. Why? Because there is some financial issues they were supposed to clear but they couldn't clear. So they stopped they just closed the whole building and gave it to some other clients to take up the space. Right? And they asked us to shift to the another building which was kind of inside the main road, but it was like kind of a 1 BHK apartment where two people can stay. So it was a huge spacious place and even the ventilation and all was good. So I thought, yeah, maybe I can take a chance. And also they said either you can come back to our PG or you can change your PG. But this building is currently getting closed. there's some lease happening, there's some loan happening, I don't know, some financial issues they were saying, but they weren't clear, especially the relationship manager. So I started living in that next second building. Okay, they said the same rent, everything will be same, you just have to come, it's a bigger space, like whatever they were trying to keep all the people. And I have also heard stories like the warden said people to just to keep their old tenants, they are asking their friends to bring them back, so they'll provide them money and all of these things. Anyways, any which ways, I came and I shifted and I had a pet, which I already informed the warden that I'll be keeping Coffee, my cat. He was like, yes, you can keep, I don't have any issues with that. And there's a written thing also. So I said, yeah, okay, fine. Then I start staying. So there would be a contract, right, for every tenant who is staying there, either 1 year, 2 year. Mostly 1 year is the maximum contract you can take. So I also made a contract. So when my contract was going to end, so the warden asked me, are you going to leave or you need to extend the contract? I said, I'll think about it. Maybe I'll shift somewhere near my office. But I'll let you know. That is your right to leave. You can extend and all this she was saying. Well, yeah, I think I'll let you know. When I decided that I'll leave, that time she turned her face against me and she was so brutally rude. Just because I said I want to leave the PG, okay, she just went to some other level. She was like, okay, you can leave. And then she started saying a lot of bad things behind my back to the students. I am a working professional of 7 years experience, and she started saying back of me to other students who are almost 10 years younger to me. Okay, that about my thing that so one day I found a cockroach. For that I complained her texting. I didn't even tell anyone. There were 3 more people who saw with me, but I just texted her, the warden, can you please get a look at it or give her pesticides or pest thing. So yeah, okay, I'll do that. But she started saying behind my back, saying just because I'm throwing her out of the PG, that's why she's telling all this nonsense stuff. There is no cockroaches and all. When I got to hear this from a student itself, I was very amused. I was surprised. And she has been very friendly with me from the starting. She had a pet also named Shalu, who is very cute. It's a PG, like a building pet. It's like a campus pet, they would say. Okay, so I has to play with him a lot and many things she has done before behind my back. I really didn't enjoy it because people do tell behind their back and it is fine. But when she did this, saying behind my back to a student, just because I'm leaving, that I'm throwing her out, that caused my ego. That really costed my ego and self-respect. Not ego, self-respect. So I thought of contacting the sales manager. So I didn't have a contact. Thankfully, I got a contact from a person. And then I contacted the sales manager. He came, he listened the whole story. Post that, they treated so badly with me. So there were 4 times food. Okay, from the contract only, but when I started staying in that PG, in the contract, they mentioned that I will keep 2 times food for you in the contract, so the rent will be little less. But you have to, you can take 4 times ka food, and no one will see, no one will check. That was what they said. Yeah, I was little skeptical, but also I should have recorded that. I didn't have a documented thing or a recorded thing as a proof, as evidence to show them afterwards. That was my mistake. I completely understand. But that time, to be very honest, I was looking for a stay because the stay which I planned and came to Koramangala didn't give me the good place. So I had to change and shift immediately. So that was the place I got with my budget and everything. And these things happened, right? These all things happened, and they started providing. They are saying that if you come and if I see you taking food more than 2 times, then you see what happens. I said, what will happen? Anyway, in a month I'll be leaving. They said, just do it. I said, how are you talking to you? You're being rude. You cannot tell me like that. So once I was like taking something, not during that hours. So they have kept one assistant. That girl from Jharkhand, I don't know, I'm not saying people are bad from Jharkhand, but she was like a devil. She just pushed me away for taking her food. Like, who does this? This is a very bad, rude behavior you're doing with the clients. We are clients, right? We are customers. We are paying for staying. You are not paying and giving us free stay. We are paying. I spoke with her. I told, do not touch me. Do not tell all these things to me. You are no one to do all these things to me. She was like, just shut up. She just said, just shut up. I said, and that time I really didn't have anyone to complain, because everyone in that management was against me, because I have had a complaint filed against them. And that time they are saying there is no pet policy, why did you keep the pet? And I showed them the text that this warden asked me to keep the pet. So all this nonsense for a month, not for a month, because for 15 days I stayed and cannot tolerate all this nonsense. It's not because I don't have money or something. I do have money, so I shifted to a new place. Okay, but I cannot cost my self-respect with this morons anymore. Really, they were like behaving so rude, so bad, and I stayed. I have committed. I have had a contract. I extended my contract for them, staying in that paying guest for more than a year. And they behaved in the last. They behaved like this. So these things are very common. Okay, I just want to say these things are very common. If you are going to a PD trying to stay, okay, you should get to know, especially the people who are getting into Christ this year or next year. I'm just letting you know that this will happen. Many mishaps will happen, and just because I am a girl, I am a woman, I am not like other women who can be like, chalo theek hai, I won't complain, it's fine, I'll just adjust and all. I don't do that. I speak up for myself, and that what goes against me every time, because this is India, right? This is India, and no one will listen to you because you are a woman. See, patriarchy still exists, and all this nonsense stuff still exists. I don't care. But when you voice out your own opinion, your own thing, people will go against you, and also the other women who you thought would be friendly, a good person, they also go against. So what they teach us here, you should be keeping quiet and adjusting whatever they say. Just because I complained to the sales head, all these things got on me. If I would have kept quiet, it would be a very smooth transition. I would have gone. But thank God I raised my voice. I got a temporary place for that time to stay, and then I got my flat, my dream flat, which I always wanted to take, one BHK aesthetic views where I can shoot videos like this. I will not have any problem, any roommate issues, nothing. With my cats, I will be staying. Everything I planned, I thought it might take time, happened in a way after the boom, and I got the blessing. I got the real blessing to be here, and I'm thankful to God, thankful to the universe and everything. But from this video, I just want to send out this message. these things actually happens in Bangalore, in Koramangala, with this local PG wardens and everything. They're like very soft and analysis. They will always try to get you down, even the women especially. And also, like, try to raise your voice, never stop. That time it might feel very bad, you might feel hurt, or you'll be feeling like no one is supporting me, like what I have experienced. But very soon you will get your results, very soon you will be happy, you will be getting what you wanted, right? Okay, and also I want to name the PG is My Roomie. They have 2 to 3 branches, and they're again putting those branches to a different owner, because they have so much financial issues, they have so much lies to share about and all those things. My Roomie, if you see anywhere student accommodation, please don't join if you want to keep your mental peace at stake. Otherwise it's all fine. Join any other PGs. I know many other PGs also have some kind of issues, but not this. You cannot stay for more than 2-3 months to a same place. You are going to have to get transferred to a different hostel or to a different place. There are a lot of things to do, and they are very smart to put their financial issues on some other person. I have realized that, I know that. So yeah, this was all the message for all my women, all my girls. Raise your voice. Whatever happens, you can take care. Do not stop raising your voice. Do not stop sharing your own opinions. Right? Okay. Thank you so much. If you're really listening this and you have all some insights about PGs in Bangalore, Koramangala, I'm not asking you to subscribe to my channel for this and all. This was just a message to all the young women who are trying to get into colleges, hostels and everything. Just awareness to spread. Thank you. Love you all.